Hello, this is Zane, and I am going to be doing a presentation on the sociological environment, mainly focusing on how society caused and promotes non-eco-friendly practices pertaining to climate change. These are the three main topics I want to discuss: the ecological threat, the idea that climate change affects species and their habitat to the degree it is problematic; environmental racism, the idea race plays an impact on climate justice pertaining to effects and health that is caused by climate change; but also masculinity versus climate change, the idea men find environmental friendly options as feminine, pushing men away from eco-friendly practices. The problem. So the problem with climate change is it is causing the earth to warm up. And we can see this by Houston, 2005. The earth is heating up due to greenhouse emissions. These greenhouse gases absorb the sun's radiation, heating up the earth's atmosphere. This is a problem, according to McCarthy, 2022. These climate effects have a lot of consequences. One of the consequences they listed is population sizes. Some species populations are increasing while others are decreasing, affecting the natural order and food web of these ecosystems. Some examples can be predators increasing in population while prey decreases. Obviously, this can have a negative effect on the predators who need the prey to eat. What are some examples? In modern times, we have seen sharks migrating towards the California coast at higher rates. This can lead to higher chances of shark attacks. That's from Larson, 2022. There's also been an increase in dangerous algae blooms in our waters. This can affect the species that live in those ecosystems already and also cause other species from other ecosystems to move there. And mass flooding and cyclone activities intensifying. Due to the polar ice caps melting, we have seen the water start to inch up on our shores and expand, and a lot of our suburban and big city populations live typically on the coast. This is a big problem. The progress. We have seen some progress throughout the years due to the fact climate change is starting to cause major issues worldwide. Countries are starting to fund and push green alternatives. Recently, California, according to summer 2022, broke a new record. They did point out that, of course, fossil fuels were still needed for the for energy, that we are now expanding in our solar sector. And according to Gross 2003, renewable energy will supply 17% of the world's primary energy. Um, this is great news, and more countries are also still starting to push to green energy. The solution. I wanted to focus on solutions that don't typically come up in debates that are also very important to fighting climate change, and that is environmental racism. McCarthy and Goldman, 2021, points out minority communities disproportionately face health issues due to climate change. They also stated environmental scientists and racial justice advocates have agreed that the best way to fight the climate crisis is to empower and listen to indigenous communities, due to the fact that minority communities are typically redlined into impoverished communities uh, due to noise pollution, sound pollution, their communities being near natural resources like oil, causing a lot of industries to want to be in those areas. Air pollution, air quality. It causes a disproportionate effect of health issues. But also, recently, Rot 2016 points out how men associate eco-friendly with femininities by stating consumers who engage in eco-friendly behaviors are in consequence stereotyped by others as more feminine and even see themselves as more feminine. This is important to know because a lot of the support for renewable energy typically is associated with educated female liberal voters, and breaking down these barriers and understanding how we can incorporate masculinity into the climate change support can build bridges in communities that typically are more hesitant to support green energy. Part of our solution, though focusing on the political and economic side to solve a worldwide problem, is good and necessary. I want to show some solutions that typically do not come up in arguments that can also lead to more eco-friendly tomorrow. And then here are my references. And to point out that the images were obtained by the Noun Project, a free website where you can get non-copyrighted photos. And that's it. Thank you for listening. Bye.